Alright guys, it's time to look at SEI again on the channel. Now I haven't looked at SEI I think for quite some time, guys. Actually, if I look at it here on my history, it's been 4 months. So exactly on October 12th, I looked at this. So let's take a look at October. It was somewhere around here, guys. If I put this on a daily time frame, let's go back October 12th. Yeah, that was this day right here. Now, we are much lower than that point right now, unfortunately. And, I do believe that SEI has kind of found a bottom. If we go through the entire history here on the daily time frame, SEI is not that old. So you can see that pretty much it has some support here where it just kind of got a bounce. So let's zoom in over here, guys. And I just want to say that this chart looks very similar to Pith Network, which I just did a video on, guys. It looks very similar, and it's almost the same age, I would say. Yeah, I mean, okay, March. I think Pith was from February, so yeah, SEI is just a little bit older, a few months older, guys. So basically, this chart looks very, very similar. We do kind of have a W pattern again here, just like Pith had on its chart. Now, what you want to see when you're looking at a W pattern is a long downturn, and then you get this W, guys. And this little, we can say lower or higher low, actually, sorry. It should be a little bit higher than this low. So we do have that, just barely though, just really barely. You can see it. It's almost the same, but it's just a little bit higher. So the measurement for this would be, let's just do this. I know it's not a trend, but this is just the easiest way to measure here. Now, it's got to break the neckline, so I'm trying to put this where that neckline is. It's not going to be perfect, guys, but let's just put that there like this. And yeah, I mean, SEI is on the way to reaching the target, pretty much here at just a little bit above 27 cents. So basically, it has another half cent to go before this move is probably finished. So yeah, technically, it's almost there. Now, the next resistance will be on a daily time frame at almost 31 cents. We need to close this daily candle tonight above about 25.5 cents. That would make this support. That would be excellent. I do think we're going to get that. We only have about 50 minutes on the daily candle right now. And yeah, let's see what happens. Now, I want to look at the RSIs here. Let's just see how much more strength SEI has. Haven't looked at this in forever. Now, on a daily time frame, it looks good on the RSI. It is pointed heavily to the upside, but it is kind of overbought here on the Stoke, so that is not good to see. Now, on a weekly time frame, severely oversold, guys. On the Stoke, it is pretty low on the RSI and pointed to the upside, so that is good to see. Month time frame, let's see if this has enough. Yeah, it just really started to print the RSI, and it's pointed heavily down, so that is not good to see. But the 4-hour time frame, these lower time frames, not good. Actually overbought here on both time frames, on the Stoke and the RSI. But the 1 hour, again, just coming out of overbought basically on the Stoke, and it is pointed heavily down, just about to get into this neutral territory on the RSI. Now on a 15-minute time frame, just for fun, pointed heavily to the downside. So lower time frames look worse than the higher time frames like daily and weekly. I'm not going to really include the monthly because it's still not, got a lot of history, guys. So again, guys, like Pith, you're kind of already starting to see this pullback here, and I just don't think it's going to, have enough to make a push up to this 31 cents, maybe in the next day or so probably. But once it cools down on the lower time frames, guys, I do believe it will continue along on its way. So we may have something like this. You're going to see a cool down, then another push, little bit of a cool down, push, consolidation, push, small consolidation, push. Now we're kind of getting, a little bit something like this. So let's see how low we go. Hopefully we don't, go back under this line here at 25.45 as you see over here. But yeah, we only have to last another, 48 minutes or so and seal a candle over this line to make it support. Now, if we look at SEI, I forgot to change this from Pith, but let's go to SEI here on CoinGecko. You do have 10 billion total supply. Almost half of this is circulating, and yeah, the all-time high was $1.14, quite similar to Pith actually. It was $1.20 for Pith, so you're getting a 76% discount at the moment. So yeah, that isn't too bad, guys. I don't have much SEI as you see here, but it's something that I might, pick up a little bit of. It is almost one of my lower holdings. Today I did put a little bit more into the coins that I hold the lowest amount of. So yeah, once it reaches, one of my lowest coins, with all this free money from launch pools and airdrops and things like this, I'll probably start to put it in SEI. And yeah, it's getting very close. I know it's like maybe, I think, third or fourth lowest or something like this on my list, guys. So yeah, $26 is nothing. But anyways, let's move on to Bitcoin. We are getting rejected at 98,500 at the moment, and we haven't been above that since basically the 3rd of February. Not good to see. Another rejection today, but we have a chance to close the highest daily candle that we've closed since February 3rd. So let's see if we can do that. Like I said, we still have about 45 more minutes on the clock here, and would be nice to push through this weekly resistance. Now keep in mind, as long as we close from Sunday to Monday of this week above this line, that would make it support. Now, any candle above any line, the longer the time frame, the better, of course, but this is for weekly time frames, this green line. So let's move on, guys, to the market cap. Now we are getting rejected by, the 3.19 trillion, just kind of consolidating. I mean, it's kind of like, Bitcoin just kind of going sideways and a lot of wicks up and down. And yeah, we got to start closing candles above 3.19 and making our way up to 3.45. Now, excluding Bitcoin, pretty much similar, just with some slight variation basically. But again, we were rejected today by 1.25 trillion, so not good there. Now, dominance is trying to, be kind of a raging bull again, but I do have these blue, lines here, and as long as we stay, like under these blue lines, really, this will just be another, lower high, basically. Now, technically, it could make its way all the way up to, 61.93, and as long as it stays under that, it's still all good. But I don't want to see it rage too much, guys, because then people will start to fear, and maybe we see one of these giant wicks again to the upside. And I remember watching this in the middle of the night, guys. It was crazy. It was so quick. And anyways, let's see what happens. But it looks like today dominance will try to take something back. And it is maintaining this, 61.05 level, which was pretty much the bottom of this flag here. I think on the 4-hour time frame. I just tried to show people in the Pith video. It didn't work very well. It kind of got frozen up, so I'm not going to do that right now. Now, liquidation heat map, 24-hour time frame. About 250 million have been wrecked, mostly shorts though. If we look at the Bitcoin monthly returns, minus 4%. That's not too bad. We have come, back a little bit. Almost like 4.5%, 5% from the low, basically, and on the quarter, guys, 5% up. Ethereum, I think at the lowest was like 21.2% or something like this I saw. So starting to claw its way back a little bit. So let's see. Now, fear and greed at a 49, guys. Basically, yesterday was a 44. You know, I don't want to shoot up too quick. We are in neutral territory. Would like to stay here for a little while. But, you know, we did kind of jump up, you know, quite a bit just in a day. So 5 points up in a day. I don't like to see that. You know, I just like to see some gradual movement, 1-2 points here and there. But 5 points in a day, yeah, not good. Now, altcoin season index is at 37. So this is the lowest we've been in a long time, guys. Yeah, what can I say? I mean, the dominance, again, it's starting to rage. And, you know, but even when we were up here, I don't think we were at a 37. So it is kind of crazy to see that we have dumped all the way to a 37 on the altcoin season index. But, you know, the altcoins are pumping right now, guys. So I think we're not going to see 37 for long. Now, the bull market peak indicator sell at the top, 0 from 30. The best one is the Pi Cycle Top Indicator, which pretty much is what you see here. It hasn't crossed yet. It was closer in June, like I always say, guys. So I don't think we really have anything to worry about for a while. Now, today we did have some economic news here. U.S. leading index was actually negative news, but I don't think it really played that much of a role in the interest rate cuts, guys. We're still at 97.5% believing we're not getting a cut. 2.5% are you know, hoping. I was in this camp until we got our PPI and CPI numbers this month, and they weren't good. So, yeah, I'm now maybe back in this camp. But I still think we have a chance to get maybe 4 cuts, you know, this year. There is still, well, we have 7 meetings, you know, still. But if we don't get a cut this meeting, we have 6. And I think it's possible. Maybe, hey, we skip the next 2. But maybe they start to cut in June and September and October and December. Maybe they do a quarter point, you know, each time. So have to wait and see. Things can change very quickly in this game, guys. Now, economic news tomorrow. We do have PMI. And we do have Michigan numbers. Now, these, I think a couple of weeks ago, were really wild. Like you can see here, 4.3% was the forecast. And yeah, I mean, it was actually, this is the forecast for this time. Previous was 3.3, sorry. But it was wildly off. So I'm not sure what it was last time. I can't really remember, but it was just way off, guys, and it really affected the market. So we did see a big crash a couple of weeks ago just because of Michigan numbers. But anyways, let's move on here, guys. Now, crypto bubbles, I just showed you this. All these newer coins like Bera, IP, you know, things like this are really pumping today. And anyways, you know, it pretty much looks good across the board. There are a few outliers. You know, BGB, Cake. I do like these projects. Uni down today. Unfortunately. So yeah, you know, that's just the way it is. Now, taking a look at Coinondo, I just looked at Pith Network, but if you want to search for SEI, just go here, type in SEI, and let's see what we get. Now, I don't think there's too much for SEI. Oh, there is actually. There's 21 more places. So I think I have mine in Binance, though. Not 100% sure. No, maybe BitTrue. Sorry. Yeah, I have it in BitTrue, actually. And there are better places, though. KuCoin and things like this. Maybe I'll move mine out. I can see that there's a little bit better, you know, places to put it, I guess. Gate, maybe, but it's lending. Usually you want savings. But anyways, doesn't matter. Check it out, guys. It's up to you where you put your coins. And yeah, if you like this video, guys, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this with your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next one.